This is Natural Powerlifting Radio. Deadlifts, chicken nuggets, video games. This is Check My Total, a powerlifting podcast with Timothy Payne and Andrew Hinson.
Welcome everybody to another episode. Today we got a special guest. He's a 148-pound lifter with a 345 squat, a 330 bench, and a 465 deadlift, which gives him an 1140 total, which is only 55 pounds off from Iron Boy Elite. So, everybody welcome in Cody Smith.
Hey!
Well, welcome to the podcast,
the
man.
The myth, the legend.
Thanks for having me.
I forgot to mention that bench press
148.
Yeah, but that bench press is elite. 330.
Yep. It made it.
Man, you're only 5 pounds off on the deadlift, too.
I know it. I know it.
Wait, hold on. Wait. What'd you deadlift?
465.
Oh, it's 470s elite?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tried my best to get 470 on the third attempt, and I swear I about passed out.
This was back in October, right?
Yeah.
Was that your last competition?
Yeah, I haven't done anything since. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been eating more than I've been lifting right now.
Y'all getting ready for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just decorated. It's going to be my little boy's first one.
I bet he's excited.
Oh, yeah.
Is that your only kid?
Yeah, he's my only one.
Only one. First Christmas.
Yep.
What are you going to get him? Are you got any special Christmas presents for him?
Oh, I'm not sure. He's really big into Mega Blocks right now. He loves anything. He deals with building stuff, breaking it down, throwing it in a tub. That's
what I was about to say. Anything he can knock over?
Yep.
Well, Cody, if you don't mind, tell us how you even got into powerlifting.
Well, I noticed I had somewhat of a knack for bench press right out of the gate when I started getting kind of serious about weightlifting. I'd say senior year of high school. I was really just lifting to lift though, and when I finally joined my home gym, Total Fitness, some of the other guys there noticed I had somewhat of a talent there, and they kind of introduced me to it, and I've got a great group of guys that I started working out with, and just kind of coached me up.
Did you play sports in high school or anything?
Not really. I attempted to play golf for a couple years. I would say I was average at best. Focused mainly on just lifting.
Well, what got you in the gym then?
They had offered a weightlifting class at our school, and I don't know. I picked it up junior year, really enjoyed it, and I thought, man, I'm going to stick with this. My dad and my stepfather, they had always been big lifters too.
That's really cool. So, like, when you first got in the gym, like, did you notice that, like, were you always just good at the bench press? Like, you just walked in and was like, man, I'm benching 225 right off the bat.
Oh, no. I was really small. I think maybe the first time I ever touched a weight was probably my freshman year in high school. Like I said, I didn't take it too serious until about senior year, but I probably weighed, I might have weighed 140 pounds, soaking wet. I think the first time I ever went in and touched a weight, I bench pressed my body weight, and they were like, "That's really good." I said, "Well, that's okay, I guess." And the more I stuck with it, that just seemed to be the one lift that just progressed the fastest. It just didn't take a lot of effort really to go further. So.
Oh man, that's the opposite of like every other power lifter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Usually the bench is the hardest thing to get rolling.
Well, squat for me is the toughest area.
Wait, what was your squat in October?
345.
What's the elite number?
I think it's 390.
Well, that's not that far.
Yeah, I know.
That really ain't that bad.
Now, some of the other guys that I've seen compete, though, I had a lot of respect for. I think Harrison Connor, if you remember him, and I don't remember his last name, but I think Zhao. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I think he was in the 148s. Both of those guys, I really admired watching those guys squat and deadlift because I think they were putting up some crazy good numbers, like over 400 pounds. So if I had a goal, that would be it. I'd like to push something close to that in the future, maybe.
I mean, you ain't too far off.
No, not at all.
Wait, how old are you?
26.
26. Yeah, still young. You got 4 years till you hit that 30.
Yeah, my wife reminds me of how close I'm getting.
Well, and then after that, you got another 4 years in the intermediate class. So you got 8 years to get all these records.
Oh, yeah.
Theo is a real big 148 lifter, too. Theo. Oh, man. I'm blanking.
Sorry.
Yeah, Ussery. That's it.
Ussery?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
They're impressive, for sure.
Yeah, Theo's training is very interesting. If you ever like talk to him about his training, it's very interesting. It's unique, like the way he sets up when he squats and deadlifts, and I think he told us that like every Saturday he does all three or something like that.
Yeah.
He does like squat, bench, and deadlift, but it's like that's all he does. He does like 1 or 2 sets of each, and that's all he does. So sets of 5 or something. I don't know. I forget exactly, but it was very interesting how he trained.
It'd be fun to look into because it makes sense rolling into a meet because you're going to be doing that anyway on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did October, and you're really close to elite. So when is your next competition when you're going to hit that elite total?
I thought about doing April. I've got a couple months before I've really got to get into any kind of cycle, a training cycle. I'm really not sure, though. I had some issues with my shoulder going into this last one, and I'm still feeling some of the effects of it. I'm still not 100% comfortable getting under the bar on bench press right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I've got a lot of popping and grinding in there, so I'm just taking it easy right now, kind of playing it by ear.
Does it hurt a lot?
It's just super tight.
Mm.
Going into October, it was really like 2 weeks out. I had my last heavy pull day, and it bruised up pretty good. Bench press still went fine, but then going into the week of the meet, it was super tight, so I didn't touch a single weight from the Friday before the meet, and it was still kind of tender in there. That's why my right arm drug a little bit on that 330, but still went up, so I was happy.
But you did it deadlifting?
That's my assumption. Like I said, I didn't notice any bruising until really after my last heavy pull day, so I'm not sure.
So is it like your lat or like higher up in your shoulder?
No, it was straight line bruise, went really kind of through the front delt down to the armpit.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. It was weird.
Which, of course, you might have done it doing something else and just aggravated it trying to deadlift.
Yeah,
injuries are funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, injuries are pretty funny. I'm still my back got a little jacked up one night from sleeping the wrong way or something. So I'm still dealing with that mess. It just got a lot better, but you know how it is when you're pushing heavy weights. Everything's got to be 100%.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. When you go to the gym, are you usually training with other people?
I'm usually by myself. When it comes to preparing for a meet, though, like I said, I've got several other guys that used to do it, that don't mind coming in around the same time if they know I need a spot that day. We'll kind of coordinate our times, but for the most part, I'm on my own.
Okay.
A lonesome cowboy.
Yeah.
A lonesome cowboy. But so when you have a meet that's coming up, do you do your own programming? Or do you get some other people at your gym to kind of help you out with that?
Bench press, I kind of wing it and do it on my own. As far as deadlifts, I did have a guy help me this time around. Bobby Walker, I think Walker's his last name. He, when he used to compete, he would do a lot of deadlift only, just because that was his thing. He had it down to like a science, and he really set me on a program of deadlifting every other week, alternating with heavy rack pulls, and then deadlifts 1 week, and really not doing multiple reps and sets as far as deadlifts goes, but doing more of warm up, almost like we would on meet day, pull a new single, and then next time we did warm up, pull a new single, and so everything felt good. My low back wasn't really tight. Everything felt really good and solid doing it that way, and we'll end up pulling another PR at meet. So pretty happy. I'm probably going to go with that style of training for deadlifts again.
Yeah. Wait. So is it a heavy single every other week?
Yep.
Is that what?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I could see how that could be pretty good. I find that the deadlift, like when I'm going to a competition, the deadlift, if I'm squatting, I don't have to bang out a bunch of volume on the deadlift.
Right.
Couple reps, couple sets here and there, and I'm generally okay. Don't have to push as much, which is good because you can only deadlift heavy so many times before it's just your body's like, nope, no thank you.
Yeah, you don't want to tax yourself too much either for risk of injury, hamstrings, lower back, that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Do you pull conventional?
No, I pull sumo.
Pulling sumo.
My first time around, I trained conventional. I messed my back up super bad. I had probably 6 weeks where I couldn't even hardly put my shoes on. I couldn't reach the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Pulling conventional and just felt something slip from one side of the back to the other, and afterwards I was scared to death. And then I had seen some guys pulling sumo before, and I thought I'm going to try that out. And for me, it feels like it takes a lot of the tension off the lower back, puts it more where I feel strongest, more in the upper back, less out of the hamstrings really for me, and more in my quads and hips. So for me, that kind of suits me better and makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I'm still working on the sumo. My sumo technique is it ain't the best.
Which, to rewind a little bit, how many years have you been lifting for competitive powerlifting?
For competitive powerlifting, man, I've done 3 meets with you guys. And I did 2 of those in 1 year. I did this one, so really only 2 or 3 years, really.
Okay.
Wow.
And you said this last training cycle was the first time you hooked up with the deadlift program?
Yeah.
Well,
and I really enjoyed that. So
yeah, because the way we like to do it, we'll usually just deadlift heavy like once a month, which I guess it all has to do with the recuperation time. But yeah, I agree with the every other week thing. I like that.
Yeah, it was nice. I feel like me personally, when I take too long in between holding something heavy, I need that mental thing that says, man, I'm not going to come back in a month, and this is going to feel, my 405 is going to feel like 500 pounds.
Right.
You know, if I take too long off, it messes with me kind of mentally, and I feel like I want to keep my grip strength up and everything, without doing it at least every other week. I feel like I'm missing out on some opportunity. So.
That's true. Do you, on the days you don't, or the weeks that you don't deadlift, do you do any extra grip work or anything?
We did heavy rack pulls, farmer's carries.
Okay.
Things like that.
So these rack pulls, are they above your knee?
Kind of right at the knee. Yeah, I really don't go below the knee.
Okay.
With that. It sits right at the top of the kneecap pretty much.
And when you set up for your rack pull, are you also doing that sumo?
No, I actually do those conventional.
Okay. I know it's hard, depending on what your rack looks like, to get sumo in some of those racks.
Yeah, I can't get sumo in ours.
So when you're doing those rack pulls, do you hold it at the top for a little bit, or do you just set it back down and do another rep?
I wouldn't really say I hold it, but I do have a slightly longer pause maybe at the top.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the biggest things for me is that for grip strength on the deadlift, like, there's all these fancy different ways to train grip. You know, you have your fat grips that are really nice. You have some people will like see how many plates they can hold with their fingertips and stuff. But I find that for holding a deadlift at the top and just throughout the whole motion, that one of the best exercises to train that is just hold a heavy rack pull and see how long you can hold it, or hold each rep that you do a deadlift a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Seems to work really well for me. That and fat grips. Those are probably my two things that I like to use for grip. But those fat grips, man, they're tough. They make they make my deadlift go. I'm telling you, I can barely pull like 300 with fat grips on the bar, double overhand.
Those things are pretty cool.
Have you messed around with them?
Yeah,
I used to have a pair. I lost them.
Oh, you lost? Oh, man.
I left them somewhere. Who knows? But yeah, those were pretty cool to tinker with. You could definitely feel it in your forearms when you're using those things.
Oh, yeah. It's like
on anything.
Yeah, you do like 2 or 3 sets of deadlifts, and man, your forearms are on fire.
Yeah.
I'd occasionally, I'll put them on like a lat pull down or some type of pull down machine, or sometimes on the dumbbells if I'm doing dumbbell rows. Oh my goodness, it hurts.
Well, we know you do rack pulls, but what does the rest of your training look like? Like, just break down a week for us.
Break down a week. Okay, so I had, going into this one, I switched it up. Everybody likes to do chest on Mondays. I did not do that. I actually put my, Monday I actually was doing back, so I would have one day where I do my deads, the other day I'd do my accessories. Lots of rows. Lots and lots and lots of rows. Any type, style, wide grip, narrow from the top where you would normally do lat pulls, from the floor, really anything you could think of, and a lot of pull-ups. Tuesdays I would rest. Wednesday I'd come in and hit my bench press, and I was bench pressing every week. I utilized the slingshot pretty early on in my training. I really think that's a great tool to overload and be a little safer with it. You get to feel some heavier weight and really push it out.
Yeah, those are pretty nifty. I don't think I've actually I wore something, not a slingshot, but something like it.
Ram, I guess.
Yeah, Ram. Man, that thing threw me off. I was like, this is neat, but I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I was like,
Yep.
well, I'm gonna set this thing down.
Yeah. If you're not expecting it, you'll start going pretty quick, and it's like, man, I'm shooting this up really fast, and it gets wobbly on you. But I think it's a great tool. Like, it really keeps you in position, and like I said, helps you overload. You always get that one person that's like, that's kind of cheating. It's, well, no, it helps you out of the hole, but then you've really got to focus on getting it locked out. I mean, that's still a lot of weight you're having to control. Mm-hmm. Hands, wrist, everything's tight. I mean, I think it's a great, maybe underused tool in my area, but yeah, bench pressing every week. Had flies and stabilizer muscle exercises mixed in early on. I kind of cut those out towards the end. I like blood flow, so I might would do a set to failure just because. But yeah, that kind of stuff got cut out toward the end. Thursdays, I was doing squats. I was squatting every week. Lots of leg presses, any type of variation I could get on that, and hack squats. We've got one you lay back on your back just about. You got some we sit horizontal. And then I worked my hips a lot. I would actually go to another gym down the street just for the hip flexor machines.
You would switch gyms just for the hip flexor?
I would go pay $5 for a day pass just for the hip flexor machines.
What in the world?
I do like those.
This is what these hip flexor things. What is this thing? Wait, does the gym you go to not have one or not have a good one?
They did, and they moved them to the female-only side.
There's a female-only side?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you just go over there anyway.
Wait, yeah. I'm confused. Is the gym? Wait, is it divided?
It's like a co-ed section, and then if the ladies would like to not be out on the floor with all the free weights and stuff like that, they have their own space.
Oh, is it like sectioned off? Like, is it boxed around, or like can you see the female section?
Oh no, it's completely other room.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
But yep, hip flexor machines, man, those things are great. As far as helping to eliminate back and knee pain, if you can really stretch your hips out and get those strengthened up, going back to when I was telling you I messed my back up really bad. I was going to see a massage therapist quite often. And after we kind of got my back situated, she was like, I don't understand. You know, all the knots are out of your back, so let's check out some other things that could be causing your back pain. I didn't know that your hips would cause that. If your hips were weak, your back and your knees were compensating. And so she dug into my hip one day, and she was like, you need some work. And so I said, well, I'll start training and strengthening my hips up. No big deal. And I think the first day I jumped on the hip flexor machine, where you're bringing them in, I was like, I'll warm up with 40 pounds. Well, 40 pounds wound up being my working sets. That's how bad my hips were. And I'm telling you, when I started training those, I really made it a point to train my hips for this last meet, and it really helps. If you don't do it, trust me, it really helps alleviate some pain in your back and your knees.
And plus, that's interesting. Pulling sumo, it helps you too.
Yeah.
So did strengthening your hips eventually like kind of solve the back pain?
I still have it every now and then. It doesn't completely get rid of it, but I can definitely tell a difference when my hips are tight versus when I've really stretched and focused on them. So I think once you mess your back up really good, you're kind of going to have to live with it. So
Yeah. It seems like it.
Yeah.
So did she tell you that they were just weak, or it was like one hip sitting higher than the other, or were you twisted or anything like that?
Let's see. I had a little bit of off rotation. Chiropractor had to fix that. She just mainly worked out the stiffness and the knots that I had there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds painful. Like, I can just imagine somebody laying an elbow into your hip.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
It didn't feel good. Pay somebody to hurt you.
Yeah. All right. So what day are we on? Was that Thursday?
Oh yeah, that was Thursday. Sorry.
No,
Wait,
we're
I
good.
forgot. What are we doing on Thursday? You're squatting?
Thursdays were squatting, leg
Okay.
pressing, extensions, curls, and then cut out those accessory movements when we get closer, and then it just becomes more about the squats, heavy leg presses. I'd either take Friday off, or I would do shoulder press with some bis and tries, or I would do that on Saturday, whichever way worked better for my schedule. But
Then you're off on Sunday?
oh yeah,
So you do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday?
yeah, for the most part that's how it was.
Okay.
So you said you did tons of back work on Mondays. You do back work throughout the other days, or is it just mainly focused on Monday?
All of it on Monday.
All of it on Monday. So like, I'm curious, like how many back exercises are you doing? Like what exactly are you doing for your back?
So on the days I was doing deadlift, I can't remember what order I did it in, but I would focus on that Monday, maybe more on lats and wide pulls and the pull-ups.
Okay.
And then the following Monday, when I'm doing the rack pulls, I would focus more on all the narrow rows, dumbbell rows, those kinds of things.
Okay. Are you doing how many sets and reps? What's kind of the sets and rep scheme of that?
I like a lot of 4 sets of 8s, but
I do a lot of that.
Yep.
but a lot of times when I get closer to meet, it's more like 5.5s, 6.3s on stuff that I'm going super heavy on. But I really like the 4 to 8 or 4 sets of 8 range.
Yeah, we do that a lot. Like that just seems to be like a sweet spot for us. It seems like
Yeah.
4 like if I feel like 3 sets ain't really enough. But 4 sets I'm generally feeling it pretty good and getting kind of tired. And 8 reps that's quite a bit after 4 sets. Sometimes I might be able to eke out a 5th set sometimes, but 4 sets of 8 seems to be a pretty good sweet spot for me.
And then if you want to bump it up just 5 or 10 pounds, you can always cut it to about 3 to 4 sets of 6.
Mm-hmm.
How many exercises are you doing on the back day?
Ooh.
Like 3 or 4? Not counting your deadlift or your... Like, I guess you got your main thing. You're either deadlifting or you're rack pulling. But then after that,
Right.
you're just in.
And then probably 4 exercises or so
Okay.
afterwards. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Throw ab work in whenever you can. Or whenever you're feeling good.
Build that core up.
Yeah.
Now, I've been hitting them ab rollouts, the thing with the wheel.
Oh, gosh.
I'm telling you, those things are great. Like, if you're not doing those things, you gotta give it a shot. Like, that's a great core exercise.
They're way harder than I thought they were supposed
Yeah, like
to be.
they help my squat, they help deadlift, like they help everything. But do you do any front squatting?
I may have done it once or twice going into this last one. It's something I should probably utilize a little bit more, but like I said, squat's my weakest lift, so it's not the thing I get the most excited about.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So,
Do y'all have a safety bar or a yoke bar?
we do, actually.
Do you
Yeah,
use
oh.
that?
I've never really have. I've been kind of timid of it. I don't really.
Man, I'm telling you, that is a great piece of equipment. That's probably one of the best bars that you can buy. Like, that bar, like, you want to get your squat up and blow up your quads and get your core worked on, and I'm telling you, that bar is great. It teaches you to be upright. It works, it hits your back pretty hard, hits your core pretty hard.
And it's kind of a substitute for front squats if you don't like front squatting.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess you do have to stand tall, because my thing was I'd watch people do it. It's like, man, that's sitting really high up on your neck.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to push you forward over your knees. That just looks like it would hurt.
Oh, I mean, it don't feel great. Like, I think the most I've ever squatted with a safety squat bar, I think I did somewhere in the low 400s, I want to say, maybe around the 415 mark. But man, if you're not careful, like, it makes you want to do a front flip. Like, it'll like put you on your face real quick if you ain't careful. But it's a great accessory, like, to replace your back squat with for a bit. Like, if you're have an off season or to bring up some quad strength and just overall.
Maybe that's something I can play with here in the next couple months then.
And you can also do front squats with the safety bar. You just flip it around backwards and go in under it.
Okay.
I don't know if that made sense. But, you know, it feels better, that big old pad being on your chest instead of just the bar.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of stuff with that bar, man. Good mornings.
No, yeah. I would definitely recommend, like, for someone who hasn't done any type of front squatting or safety bar squat, I would definitely recommend trying out front squatting, put it in there, trying out the safety squat bar. If you don't do good mornings, try out good mornings, because I think when you start doing front squats or safety bar squats, I think you're going to see that your squat will come up. Because different muscles will be taxed differently, and like, the safety squat bar also kind of digs into the hamstrings more because you're fighting not falling over.
Okay.
And then I think it's probably one of the best squat variations you can probably do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you need to play with it, man, especially early in your training cycle.
Yeah, I'll try that out.
Ask your boys at the gym, see what they got to say.
Learning something new today.
Yeah, that'd definitely be in one of my top 5 things to buy if you're starting a powerlifting gym.
Oh yeah. Do y'all have a glute ham raise at your gym?
Glute ham raise.
It's the like piece of equipment. It's not really a machine. It's like it has 2 big pads, and like you're on it, but like you're dipping forward. So like I don't know.
Do you know what a back raise looks like?
Yeah.
Well, it's basically a back raise with a toe plate on it.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy can explain it way better than me. I don't know what I was trying to say.
So the whole point of the glute
I think
ham,
we do.
is to push your toes against that plate, which activates your hamstrings and your butt, which is what you're actually using to curl yourself up. Like, it's not a back workout. It's all hamstrings and butt.
Right.
So that's another great thing to get onto for your hips.
Yeah, we've got one. I never do use it though.
Yeah. I can send you a
Something
video
else
or something of how to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. I love how this turned into us giving you tips, but
Hey, hey, that's fine.
we're supposed to be interviewing you.
Hey, you get better by learning, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Well, I tell you what, man. With all the hype, I've had several people look into your podcast too, because I was like, hey, you got to check this out. And then just through social media posts and stuff, I got a lot of guys locally that are really into the powerlifting thing. I've got a guy getting ready to come down to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Saturday?
Don't you have something that's... Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's coming to do bench press only. He's doing his first one, pure raw.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for him.
You gonna sneak on down?
So, no, I won't be able to.
Christmas parties.
I'll be I'm celebrating my wife's graduation. She graduates from UNCG
Oh, cool.
on Friday. Yeah,
What's her degree in?
kinesiology.
Nice.
Yeah.
Runs in the family, I guess. All this lifting stuff.
Yeah.
Does she lift?
She does. Yep.
Oh, cool. Do y'all ever train together?
No, she goes to the YMCA for the daycare purposes.
Ah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's gonna be 2 Smiths on the platform in April.
No, I don't think so.
I know, somebody's got to watch the baby.
Yeah. Man, he was having a blast at October's meet. I don't know if you were busy working, but he was running around all back there, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't really remember any babies crying or anything, so I guess he's pretty well behaved.
I was really thinking the music would scare him,
Yeah.
but he was just dancing all around back there.
That's awesome. And like I said, I love that picture of both of you sitting on the platform.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it'd be awesome if he takes it up too.
You never know, but
Yeah.
he'll be old enough before you know it, though.
Yeah. Yep.
So, what other hobbies do you like to do? Anything else besides lifting that you're into?
I play disc golf with a local club here in Ashboro.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you're familiar with the sport.
Yeah, I got a friend from back home. He got pretty big into it, so I'm a little familiar. I ain't good at it.
Yeah, it's really becoming popular. I've been playing for a few years now. That and lifting, hanging out with my little man. That's all I've really got time to do.
So do you actually switch your disc when you play, like the different weights?
Most everything I have is at the maximum weight, so
Okay.
I don't have to worry too much about that.
Because I know some people like really get into it, like, oh, this is my driver disc, this is my putting disc.
Oh yeah, you've got your different ones now. I do have my drivers, putters, mids, but everything's about the same weight.
So I'm not very knowledgeable about disc golf, but what makes a putter and a driver? Like, how are they different?
The way they're molded makes them faster through the air. That's the best way I guess I could explain it.
Okay.
So,
but they weigh the same or around the same-ish?
Yep, they can all be the same number of grams. 175 grams, usually the max.
Okay, because I thought the weight is what determined that. I didn't realize they were molded different.
Yeah, they're molded different, so you're going to get a lot more distance out of what they consider a driver than you would a putter. You've got soft, big round edges normally with a putter. You've got very thin, blade-like edges with a driver.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fun. I went for the first time last year. Well, I guess this year. I like it. Something different.
Yeah, it's not, if you like being outdoors, it's a great hobby, and it's once you've got the materials, it's free to go play at your local park. I mean, it's just a good way to get some exercise and be outside.
In my friend group in high school, we would play ultimate frisbee all the time.
Oh yeah.
So it's fun. I like it.
So do you? I know, at least I think. Don't they have some big disc golf tournament championship in Texas somewhere? Dallas.
I'm not sure about Texas.
Because I heard one of my friends said there was some good professional scene down there. But do you plan on ever doing any professional disc golf, or you just play it locally?
I just play locally. I I don't know if I'd ever get to a level of being sponsored by anybody, but I may or may not have applied with a company for sponsorship, but we'll see how that goes. But
Wait, what company did you sponsor or apply for?
Prodigy Discs.
Do sponsors send you free discs?
I believe if you get sponsored, they send you all the materials you would need to get started to be brand specific.
Okay.
So which would include discs and a new bag or something like that. I would assume. I really don't know what it entails.
So how does that work as far as your application? Do you send in like a highlight reel?
No, they just ask you some general questions like how many tournaments have you played? How high is your current rating? What do you do for the disc golf community? The sport and what it pushes for is really to do good things within the community. They want you to have really great involvement. I'm still kind of fresh into it, so I'm still working on being more involved outside of my local club. But
Yeah.
for instance, one of the things we just got done doing, or not, I shouldn't say we, because I didn't organize it, but we have an event locally with Victory Junction Gang. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
No, I've never heard of them.
It is a camp with children with chronic illnesses. They get to go for free. One of the guys that's in our club actually works there and pitched the idea to host a disc golf tournament there to raise money for the camp, for the children. And so one of the big things that disc golf has done in our community is for 3 years now, they've had a tournament there and raised anywhere between $18,000 to $20,000 just playing disc golf. It's amazing to see all the people come together, and that's really what it's about, man.
Yeah.
But that sends a whole cabin of kids for free for a week. It's really cool.
You can't beat
That
that.
sounds neat.
No,
Man, I'll start playing disc golf.
It's fun.
it's addicting.
I bet you there's a couple places around where you live, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Well, Andrew, you want to explain the game?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we played
All
the
right.
game.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a hot minute.
We're playing a game.
Oh yeah, break it down, Andrew.
All right, Cody. This is what we got. We got this game that we play, and it's called White Light, Red Light. Just like in powerlifting. So what we'll do is we're going to ask you some questions. They'll be yes or no questions.
Okay.
Although I box it up all the time. I ask like not yes and no questions. It's like people are like, I don't know what to do. So I might ask a bad question. But we ask a question, and you basically say white light if you like it, red light if you don't, and, kind of tell us why you like it or don't like it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. You got one, Timmy?
Oh yeah, here we go. White light or red light, having a liftoff for the bench.
Having a lift off. You mean like within the gym, between friends?
Well, just a liftoff partner. Somebody to.
Oh! I didn't know what you meant there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought you meant like a lift off, like a challenge.
Yeah, I didn't know what you.
Oh.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah,
That's
someone just
good.
to hand the weight off to you.
So a lift off. White light.
Now,
I like to have a lift off. What?
I was just gonna say, is this for just competition or training?
Oh, I would say for anything at or over 295.
So like
Okay.
80% start having a liftoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm fairly comfortable taking 275 off, but not really much over that.
I feel you.
No, save your shoulders. It'll help.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I guess like you were saying earlier, if you need a lift off or a spot or something, you can have people that you can reach out to.
Oh yeah.
So that's always nice. All right. Here's a big one. So white light, red light, pineapple on your pizza.
Mm. Man.
This is a tough question.
I'm gonna say red light. I know I'm not playing, but red light.
What about one white light and two reds? I mean, that still means no lift, no good. But I mean,
You can deal with it.
I can eat it, but it's not something I would really order.
Oh goodness, I'm red lighting that hard. There ain't no. I don't understand this. It's pizza, and it's not. If I want a sweet pizza, I'll get one of those dessert pizzas with like Oreos and whatnot. But like pineapple, what is that doing? You do not mix fruit and meat. You don't mix that. You don't mix that stuff. Keep that separate. That's all I'm saying.
All right, last one.
Okay.
So white light, red light, using sniffing ammonia.
Red light, I guess. I've never used it.
Okay.
I see a lot of people get hyped up on it, but I don't know. I've never personally tried it, so I guess I say red light.
Andrew, wasn't the first time you used it before you hit elite? Like
That's right. The first time. Let me tell you what I did.
stupidest thing ever.
It's the dumbest thing ever. I saw this thing of ammonia, and it was before my second attempt, and that was what I was going to do to hit elite. And the deadlift. And I'm sitting there, and I see this ammonia thing, and I'm like, I ain't never sniffed this stuff before. I was like, let's see what this stuff's all about. I opened this bad boy up. I take me a big old whiff. I even had some of the powder stuff shoot up my nose. It was burning. I go to my second attempt. My eyes are watering. I'm telling you, it was rough. I ain't doing that again. But let me tell you something. That stuff opens you up. Like, man, if I ever feel like I was about to pass out or about to just collapse, man, I'll take one sniff of that. I ain't going out. I'll be wide awake.
Yeah, next time you have a cold, get some smelling salts.
Okay.
Man, yeah, I would not recommend sniffing ammonia at a competition unless you have sniffed ammonia before in your life.
Well, I can't say that I have. So.
And especially before you're about to hit elite, I do not suggest it.
Yeah. You know what it is. I was like, I flew all the way out here. Might as well go big. Try something new.
Well, Cody, man, it's been a blast.
Oh, yeah, it's been fun.
Well, the floor is yours. If you have any last comments, let them roll.
Yeah, you want to plug your Instagram or any social medias or anything you up to, go for it.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram, Codeman Smith. Codeman Smith, yep. Just thanks. I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this. I think it's cool what you're doing. I'll keep sharing the word about it. Hoping I can get some more people involved.
Yeah.
My hope is maybe we could get a team together to come out and see you in April.
Yeah.
But
that'd be cool.
See what we can do on that. But until then, y'all be safe.
Yeah. Well, we really enjoyed it, and this wraps up another one of those episodes of Check My Total. And I know you're listening to this. I'm at Cody over here, the almost elite lifter. People, grab your Daily Bugles and grab your whatever the newspaper is in the DC universe or Marvel. I don't even know what the Daily is. Is that Superman? Is the Daily Bugle Superman?
No, Spider-Man.
Or is that Spider-Man? Oh, Spider-Man. Well, then I don't know what the DC has, and they got something. Grab those newspapers, because Cody is going to hit a league. In the next competition he does, he's got the big back from the back of Mondays. Mondays are back days, not bench days. That's all from Check My Total. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you on the next one.
We out.
See you guys.
Don't forget the IBP Carolina Christmas Classic Push-Pull in Spartanburg, South Carolina on December 8th. For more information about the competition, please visit ironboypowerlifting.com. Please subscribe and thank you for listening. Be sure to follow @CheckMyTotal on Instagram for all the latest updates.